Hi, I'm Cassidy Bowyer here with Ken Terra, the president of the Madawaska Snowmobile Club, and George Molno, the trail master, to talk about the groomer of the Madawaska Snowmobile Club. So, hi. What is the age and condition of the groomer right now?
Basically, what we have here is a 2012 model. It is actually going on 6 years because we're in the year 2018. And so the condition of the groomer is very good, and we've had to do some work on it. And so basically, as we stand right here, we've replaced the track, we've done some work in the gears. So anyone who's to pick up this machine picks up a good machine, but we are in need of trading simply because of the cost. A machine like this would cost us $200,000. Let's say they give us a trade of $100,000, on our other machine. Whatever monies we apply for is done through a capital grant, and we're scored so many points. We get 40% of the difference that we would have to pay out of our own pockets. So this is why we are working to benefit the Snowmobile Club with a breakfast that's coming up January 20.
Okay. So, are there any problems and issues with the groomer?
This year we've had a problem with a starter. We had to replace a starter. We had to replace one of our tracks. So if you want to get close to the track, there's 4 of them. And one of these tracks, one of them cost $6,000. So we had to replace one. We were lucky to have a spare one. We put it on. A-OK. And while we're on that subject, I'd like to thank all the people that supported us in the town of Madawaska. We've had 2 raffle tickets, calendar raffle tickets, and the reason we had that is to pay for one of these tracks. So we thank you guys for supporting us, all those that bought tickets. And matter of fact, there's still tickets out there today for the month of February. So that's why we have those raffles to pay. No one pays for those except what we raise.
Okay.
Very good point.
So, what are your plans on replacing this unit?
Well, basically, we applied last year. We did the whole paperwork that needed to get done. It has a deadline. You got to meet the deadline. We did that. That was done through Mike Michaud, who's our treasurer. And so basically, we went into the application form. We didn't get picked. They had 22 that were applied and 12 were granted. We were 5 behind. But because we applied last year, we get extra points in the next application. So it's a system that works through an advisory council, through the Agriculture and Conservation and Forestry Group out of Augusta. So basically, we're in the running again next year unless the directors say they don't want to do it. But we have a board of directors. We have 11 people on altogether. We make the decisions and they go back to the membership for an approval.
Okay. Are there any fundraising events taking place to help fund this?
Yes, I think George touched on a couple of them, and one is we have a calendar ticket that's going in is being sold today for February. We did it in November, but we were told we needed to do another one because this was a $6,000 baby for us. We make probably we make about $3,000 on the calendar ticket. So we've got 2 of them. Hopefully that's going to pay for our track. And so we're hoping, if everything works out right, that we can get a new groomer, because we need to maintain it in this sense, because this groomer is going down in value. The groomer that's out there for us to buy is going up. So it could be anywhere close to $230,000 for a new one, depending on what we get, the condition that it's in. So you don't buy a unit there's maybe one unit that's under $200,000, but it's about a couple $1,000s less. So that's the business that we're in. And again, George touched on it. Our landowners are our most important people. Then the people that back us up in the businesses, our members, everyone. So, we're very, very understanding, and we will take care of any issues that a landowner has. They come to us. If there's a problem with snowmobiling on their property, we will address it.
Okay, and is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, sure, definitely. Our chair for this breakfast that's coming up on January 20 is Cliff Sear, alias Doughboy. And so basically, he couldn't be here today, but we are going to have the breakfast at the Knights of Columbus Hall. We're going to do it there. We've had breakfast here before, but we're going to do it there, hopefully because it's closer for people to go, right in the town. And we're hoping to have snowmobilers because New Brunswick is having a free weekend that weekend. That means they can come and ride here without any problems. They don't have to register. That law was changed this year where the legislature made it so that they would call it a free weekend instead of a reciprocity agreement. The reciprocity agreement would mean that we could go to Edmundston or Canada and they would come here that weekend. Now they've picked a weekend that the Canadians come. They've picked a weekend that we can go to Canada, which I believe is in February for us. And then there's a weekend we can go to Quebec. So basically, those are the things that are happening, and we're hoping to get Canadian friends who are coming through that weekend. They'll stop right at the Knights of Columbus Hall and have breakfast with us. That's what we're really hoping for.
I'd like to add one thing on the actual operation and the grooming of the trails. We have 6 operators that operate this machine, and we go out every night. Every night, and one night we'll do the east side of town, one night we'll do the west side. So complaints, you always have complaints. And sometimes you complain, but like I said, we're out 6 nights a week. Yeah. There's one night that we're not out, but we keep that flexible. If it's a storm, we will go out 7 nights a week. But it's very time consuming and costs a lot of money. So I hope people realize that it's not just a part-time job. It's a big operation as far as money and we have 50 miles of trails that we have to groom. That's one way. So if you go back and forth, that's 100 miles of trails that we do every 2 nights. Thank you.
One other thing that I'd like to point out is that on December 30 of this year, we went out and put our trail markers. All volunteers. We were 19 people. So we know that we have support within the group. We need more of that. We need more of the younger people who want to be involved in the process. And yes, we do have some younger people, and they're very good. But I know there's more out there that we could. We were given an award last year because of the largest number of people and members within the northern region. And this year, right now, last year we were at 107. This year we're at 135, I believe. So our numbers are going up. And that has to do with, how we do things. We want to welcome everybody to come in and join us. So that's the Madawaska Snowmobile Club. We're very happy to be here today and make that presentation to you.
Okay, thank you. And for now, I would like to purchase a ticket for the breakfast.
Oh my gosh, that would be great. That would be nice. Here we go.
So
here's the ticket right here. And it is breakfast fundraiser Sunday, January 28, 7 to 10 a.m. American time. And so it is $8.
Here you go.
All right. Thank you very much, Cassidy,
Thank you.
with your support.
I'm Cassidy Bollier, signing off.